Good afternoon, Holly Miller with Country Road Crafts. And what I did was I took the Looking Glass spray. I got this from Hobby Lobby. Make sure it's all covered, even. Good evening, Darla. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I don't know about where you guys are at, but it is beautiful in Eastern North Carolina. Okay, I think I got all of this. And what I'm doing now is just to make sure that it's all covered good and make sure it's all in the, like right there, I missed a spot, so I want to make sure it's covered good. I'm not expecting it to be perfect because I'm not perfect. So it'll be good. It's going to be beautiful. And if I mess up, I can wipe it off because it's pasted. I can redo it. No big deal. So I'm going to lift this up. Hopefully it does what I wanted it to do. And I think it did. Okay. I'm going to lift it up. And I'm trying to pull it so I don't stretch it. So I'm trying to pull it kind of even. So I'm going to pull it up here. And I'm going to pull it back even. So it's not going to stretch because I don't want to stretch this. I really like this stencil. And I did do the fluff is what they call it, I think. See the look, and right now it's kind of cool because it's like a 3D effect because it's shining off that that glass underneath. That is cool. I'm sorry, that's an effect I didn't expect. So I'm going to set this to the side so I can wash this. So give me a second. Around the edges here, I want to put a little milk paint to give it a little distressed look. Hello, Cindy. Hey, Kat and Jamie. Missed you guys. So, okay. I'm going to mix me up a little thing of, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I am just mixing up a little milk paint because I'm going to paint the, this here. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of milk paint for it. So what I'm doing is I'm just mixing up some milk paint. And I want to paint the outside frame here just to give it a little bit. And since we have a little bit of time, I'm going to go ahead and do that because if I don't right now, I will forget what I'm doing and have a half project laying around. So we have time today. I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick. And then I'm going to jump into the project number 2. So I'm just going to paint a little bit of, I'm going to distress it. So I'm going to paint it on and I'm going to wipe it back after it dries a little. Do a wet distress type thing. You guys can see what I'm doing. And it's okay. I got a little in the window right there. I can wipe that off with a little, what is it called? An edge, sharp edge. Is a sign, and this one here, this tag's called Fall Tags, and I'm going to do, it says enter if you dare. See that? That's the next one I'm going to do. But first, before I put it on the tag, I'm going to put decoupage on the tag. So this is some scrap decoupage paper I had, retailer for Roycycle paper. So I always do these projects, and I have leftover paper, and I refuse to waste anything. So I have scraps of paper laying everywhere in my little box because I cleaned my office. I did clean my office, and it has a little box area for it. You see, there we go. Okay, so I am just going to take the tag, and I am going to decoupage this real quick. We have time. And I'm just going to put some, this is just Tough Coat from Fusion Mineral Paint. It's just the top coat for it. And I used matte because the glaze will be shiny. So I'm just going to use matte, and I'm just going to put it on. You can use Mod Podge or any of that kind of decoupage gel, anything like that. But today I'm using Fusion Tough Coat matte. That's what I'm using. And the words don't have to say anything. I'm going to sand it off here at the end. I'm just going to wipe this off. I got the tag. I don't know where I got the tag at. Okay. So I'm just going to take this little edge and smooth it down around the edges here. And it's okay. It's okay if this is crinkled for me. If you don't want it crinkled, then you can lift it and move it around. The crinkles for me, I'm going to use it for adding a little bit of distress to it. So the crinkles for me is not a bad thing. So I am just going to put this down and smear it around and get a good coat on there. And this is just a little tag. I picked them up. Actually, Frank may have done them for me. I don't remember. Just craft stuff laying around. Okay, so I am going to just smooth this down. Sorry. Okay. Smoothing this down. Try to get it all the way out to the edge. Right there, it doesn't look like I got it to the edge. So I am going to take a little bit and make sure I get it down the edge. Make sure. And when I'm done, in the description, I will put all the products I used. Most of the products you can find on my website. And I'll get you the name of that stencil. But it's a Magnolia design stencil. I've had that one a little while, so I may have had that one since I started in 2000. I may have got it that first. Wow, Lordy, that was a long time ago. I've been with Magnolia Design for a while. I love their stencils. It's fun. They're easy. And they have these beautiful colors. And they just add nice little decor stuff. I mean, and I'm not one into decor, but I really like their stuff. So that is down tight. Just making sure it's tight around the edges. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to use a piece of sandpaper, and I'm just going to sand that off there. So grab the sandpaper here. Give me 2 seconds. Sandpaper. So I am just going to, and you see there's a little hole right there. I don't know if you guys can see that little hole. It ain't going to matter. It ain't going to matter. I'm going to take my sandpaper and go straight up and down and try to get that off the side without having to cut it. So I'm going to go straight up and down. Actually, the tag might be from when I did this in the spring. I had a couple tags. Go straight down with it. Straight down with it. Okay. Guess we see what's going on. Sit down, you guys can see that drawing. Okay. I'm not sure what I painted, but something glittery. You guys can see the glitter on the page. I can't remember what I painted last in here. So I'm just going to continue around and just go straight up and down. It's right off there. Okay. Continue around. There's a hole right there, but I think I'm going to wait to use that. I'm going to probably take a little wet little paintbrush maybe and get down in there so I can get that hole without making a mess with it. Because if I rip that hole, then I'll go crazy. But I'm just going to leave it right there. So I'm just going to sand the rest of this little bit on the edge. Just a little tiny bit here. Just sand one more time on the edges to make sure I have good smooth edges, and then I'm going to put a little decoupage on the tough coat on the top here. So I want it to have, and you can see if you get close, I left a little bumps in there because I'm just trying to get a good coat on the top of this, and then I'll put it to the side, and I'll actually go ahead and start the third project that has set out. We have time. And it's basically the same as like this one, but bigger. But this I'm going to put do not or enter if you dare. And this one and the Raven one will be, I'll put a string through it and then hang them together for Halloween decorations. So just around, nothing special. Just I got this at online, I think. And I'm going to use a piece of decoupage, Roycycle decoupage, and it's just a cow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on one side, and then it is followed with some pretty little stuff over on this side. Just something simple. So that's what I'm going to do. So first, I'm going to do the same thing as I did with this one, is put the decoupage on first. On the side of the top corner, and work my way down. So I'm going to make sure my cowl is got good coverage and make sure she's in the right spot. Then I'm going to smooth her out. And then this one, I'm going to try to keep a little smoother than the other one because, and I still want the distressed look, but not as distressed. And I'm trying to get the whole cowl face on this. So, and I'm just going to smooth it out. So she's going to get a little bit of distressed look, but I don't want a big distressed look. So, okay. You guys can see what I'm doing. Up here, across, make sure to get it up in the crack. Then I'm just going to make sure I smooth it all down. Make sure we got a good coverage to make sure it doesn't work, and make sure I don't have any pockets. So, and I'll put the description of these, the decoupage and the products I use in the description once I'm done here. I probably should have done it before, but I did not. I like this one too. I picked this up in the spring, I think. And I'm sure I have them online. Sometimes I see stuff and want to do it one way, and then I was like, oh, well. And then another idea comes to me while I'm trying to create it. It's like, oh, I forgot what I was thinking. Trying to get better at that. Okay. Oh, thank you, Liz. There's a little bit in here. Make sure a little more. And again, I'm not trying to be perfect with these. I wanted to give them a little distress look when I'm done. So a little bit of wrinkles for me, and this is not going to hurt. Now, if I was putting this on a piece of furniture, I would not myself want any wrinkles in it. And if there's wrinkles in it when I'm done, there's ways to get the wrinkles out. And I'm just going to sand straight up and down to try to just get the edge off here. I was torn between the cowl and the fairies. There's a fairy one that I absolutely love, but it really didn't go with the fall theme, so I'll have to do those with some other things. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to use the edge of the table because it's a big project to use. She's sitting over here pouting. You see her?
Yeah.
I don't know if they can see her or not, but she's sitting there pouting. And she wants to play. And we're not playing. Silly girl. Oh, see, Daddy's in there. He's been climbing Daddy's chair with him. Now she's laying there. That's what she's wanting. He was outside without her. She's mad at him. Alright, I am going to put a little bit of top coat on top of this and then push it to the side and let it try to dry before we're finished. And I'm going to put its file y'all here on the side. I'm probably going to put it in black, I think. This looks like it's lifting right here, so I'm just going to lift it up to a little bit of a top coat there. And I'm just putting a little bit to cover around it so it protects it. Because putting the stencils on, if I make a mess, then if I lift it up, it'll be protected. My decoupage will be protected if I put a top coat on and seal it first. So that's why I like doing that, because I am not perfect with these stencils, and sometimes I don't do a good job with them. So the good thing about the stencils, though, if you're using the chalk paste, is that you can just wipe it off and redo it. And at first it took me about 50 tries, but now one try usually I get the look I'm looking for. And like I said, I am not perfect with this, and perfect is okay. Not perfect is okay, because that's the kind of a distressed look that I'm looking for. And sometimes I'll take a better look and distress it and mix it up and just kind of give it a little not perfect look. Okay, so you can see that's my cow. I'm going to pull this one back over. So this one's dry. So I'm going to put the Enter If You Dare on here. And then I'm going to take my wax. I've watched one earlier that put wax on before they put the stencil on, and it didn't stick right. So I'm going to do it backwards because I watched that one earlier. And I'm sorry, remember a name. My brain is not working tonight. So, but I am going to use my little cloth. You can see it. I'm going to pull this off here. Grab a corner. Try not to stretch it. This is brand new. I just took it out of the container. And this one and the yeah. This one and its file, y'all, is in the same package. They're called file tags. So I'm going to put it on here and lift it up a couple times so it's not so sticky. You guys can see what I'm doing. Can't see what I'm doing because it's not in the screen. And this is just a little microfiber cloth. So just making it not so sticky. You make it too sticky, it'll be impossible to get up. I tried that once and it's impossible. So I'm not going to put the picture here. I'm just going to put Enter If You Dare. Just going to put that. And I think I'm going to put it in red. I think. So I'm going to line it up and make sure it's down real good. I'm going to use the little spatula to make sure it's laying good. And last time I did this, I pulled a little up. If I do that again, it's okay because I'm trying to give it a distressed look. But I'm going to do red on this one. And I'm just going to put a little on the thing, and I'm just going to wipe it through. And if it's not perfect, it's okay. It's okay. And if it pulls it up like it did before, that's okay too. I am trying to avoid putting it in the raven and the tree at the top. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to avoid this area here. So I just want it down on the words, and I want it down towards the bottom of this. Just try not to put too much on it and just scrape it off. I think that's too much. Okay, I'm going to just lift it up. Hopefully I got it down good. And if it messes up, okay, I may have to redo it. That's fine. Okay, let's see if this turned out the way we think. It may look pale. Okay, so this is too sticky. What I'm doing is I'm just pushing the paint down into the, because it's pulling it up a little because it's not quite dry. I'm trying to be gentle, but I think it's working. I will distress it. Look at that. So it did pull it up again, and you can see the back. And what I'll do is when I wet it, it'll come across. It'll come off. I'll take a little bit of Dawn dish soap, and thank you. The oils from your hand. Well, I don't have a problem with it. I noticed the one before here. She said that she waxed it first, and she had problems with the stencil sticking. I never did that. So nice to know. What not to do is sometimes the lessons that I always learn for myself. And if this kicks off for me, I'm sorry, guys. I have a couple more minutes. And what I'm going to do is just take my wax, and I'm just going to touch up those spots that are white, and then just blend it in. And then when I'm done, I will take the top coat, and I am just going to put a clear coat on top so it will set, because I'm trying to get it to set. I'll use this outside once I get complete and get it to set. And where it pulled it up, you can see where it's white. I'm just going to darken those in, and it's okay. And it says happy fall, y'all, and it has a little cow. Thanks for watching.